Jordan, voice assistants, they were popular at high tech, I think, in 2017, 2018, probably a year or so after they came out on the market.
Yeah.
I've got my thoughts, and I've got an article coming out actually next week, but I just wanted to get your thoughts. Do you think guests are ready for them? Are guests expecting voice assistants in the room? And is there benefit and an ROI?
So I think when you go to like the Vegas properties here in the US, you're starting to see them more.
Yep.
My personal opinion, I mean, it's clear that voice is taking a larger and larger share of search. I'm not, like personally, I'm a little bit biased. I'm not like a big Siri guy. I haven't really adopted voice myself in a major way. So, personally, when I go to a hotel, and I was, as I try to think about, that exact question before, I try to think about so to be totally honest, I unplug the device when I get to the hotel for privacy reasons. Yep. And when I think, and I'm not one of those people who's like a freak about privacy and I need all my data. I actually don't care. As long as I'm getting enough value out of something, yes. I am totally happy to give up my privacy. I have nothing really to hide. And so when it comes to like Google, for example, they're providing me, Google Docs, Gmail. I don't mind them having access to all my data. Those are such valuable tools to me. And I think when it comes to voice, the calculation just isn't there yet. Like I would almost rather, text or use like a web app to order some, a hamburger at the hotel than like talk to Alexa or Siri or whoever's the voice assistant. So for me personally, it's just that, that calculation of, okay, well, if there is a company listening to my conversation, I know it's highly improbable, in the hotel. Am I getting enough value from this for it to make sense? And the answer is probably not yet, but I could see a world in the future where it does get more efficient and, it's more integrated into all the different IoT systems. But then there's also the component of kind of like picking up, all of the commands within a hotel. If you're using Siri, you learn all the commands that you really need in a day, and then you use it over and over and over again. When you get to the hotel, like you don't maybe you have like a little card that tells you what you should be, saying to the device. But most of the time, what I've got is like, it's like playing music, but it's like not my music. It's kind of, maybe it's like, maybe it's XM radio or something. And so, yeah, the cost benefit analysis just hasn't penciled out. And I think a lot of consumers probably feel the same way in terms of like not wanting to be listened to. But again, millions and millions of consumers, maybe even billions at this point, have smart speakers in their homes. So I think it'll become, more and more natural for people. But I don't know if it's that much better than a web app or a messaging system. And it's really just a matter of preference.
Yes, that's a really great point. I think your point about convenience is a good one. I'm a Google avid user. There's Google just piped up actually. And, I've actually signed up for a lot of the beta stuff, and I have location services on, and, every month Google gives me a report of, how many kilometers I've flown and driven, had in restaurants. And I find it convenient. Even the other day, my daughter's learning to drive, and here in Australia, you have to clock up 120 hours and it needs to be kept in a logbook. And we were actually driving from Melbourne to Sydney, and she forgot to write down what time we left a particular location. Well, I just look in Google history and it tells me you were here at 7:05 p.m. It's crazy, and it's so accurate. But I think you're right. I'm a self-confessed geek. I won't say the word, but I've got 5 of those devices here. I've got lights connected. I've got lots of things connected. I love it. Yeah. But still, it can be very frustrating technology. And I think you need to learn how to use the technology. And guests, when they get to a hotel, they don't have the time or the inclination. If you get to a hotel and it's late and you want a burger or something, you can easily pick up the phone, or you could just, as you said, use a web-based app, scan a code, and have it delivered to you quickly and easily. So it's that, where is the benefit from the guest point of view, I think. And I think somebody even said, and they might be right, as we move to more of a bring your own device, maybe in the future it is your device and your voice assistant that you're happy with, be it, Siri or Google or Bixby, for example. Somehow that integrates with the hotel to give you a better experience.
Yeah, absolutely.